Welcome to Forex Daybreak, a daily podcast where we cover 8 Forex pairs and give you our view on the market direction for these pairs. If you are trading Forex market, this is the #1 show to start your trading day. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Forex Daybreak episode 29. In this daily Forex update, I will give you my view on 8 Forex pairs I analyze using Elliott wave principle. My name is Ville Vainio and today is 16th of September 2015. This podcast is recorded also as video and it is available from the members area at ForexDayBreak.com. Show notes for this episode can be found at ForexDayBreak.com/29. Now let's get started. And let's go straight to our first pair, which is Euro USD. And yesterday we got more strong signals for the bearish view on Euro USD. We got a decline all the way down to 112.56. Price now 112.83, so we have come slightly higher from the yesterday's lows, but I think this is the start of a larger decline, a minute wave 3 decline, which should be at least 625 pip decline and possibly and most likely even stronger decline. And of course this will support the view that tomorrow's FOMC meeting is going to be positive for the dollar. There is an expectation of a rate hike. I think 0.38% interest rate is expected, so that the FOMC will raise the benchmark interest rate in the United States from 0.25 to 0.38, and of course this would be the first rate hike in I think in 9 years. They have lowered interest rates last time, I think in 2009, or yeah, I think 2009 was the last time they did anything to interest rates. So 6 years they have been very low, almost at zero, and they haven't been raising rates for 9 years. So this is a very anticipated, highly anticipated situation. This has been on the table for the whole of 2015. The first, I think, was the expectation that they would raise rates in March, and then it went to June, and now we are in September. So let's see how it goes. The wave count on Euro USD and also in other USD pairs is supporting a positive outcome for the dollar of this meeting. So let's see how they will play this. If they are not going to raise rates, what is the explanation and the reason for not raising the rates? In my opinion, they should have raised rates years ago. Now they are almost forced to do at least a small rate hike because it has been anticipated for so long. So I don't think they have any good decisions to make. If they don't raise rates, it will affect the dollar negatively and possibly will give the view that they are too afraid to raise rates, and if they do raise rates, this would be a positive for the dollar but negative for the stock market and bond market. But let's see how they do it. So tomorrow evening is the anticipated FOMC meeting. Okay, let's have a closer look at this pair Euro USD. So the decline has started from the peak of minute wave 2, which is at 113.73 approximately, and is now at this moment in 3 waves, so not a clear, absolutely crystal clear signal of more downside. But like I talked yesterday, the push from the B wave low, which was at 111.3, is in 5 waves and would signal that would be a C wave and the end of minuette wave 2 correction. So I'm expecting more downside, and if you are on a trade in this pair, keep your trade on, I would say. But if you are not yet on this trade, maybe wait for more confirmation, because the FOMC result is probably going to be very volatile no matter what they do. If they raise rates, it will be positive to the dollar and we will get a push downwards in this pair, and the other way around if they do not. So I think there's a lot of anticipation in this particular FOMC meeting. Key levels on Euro USD on short term are 113.285 on the resistance side and 111.77. I have put a support level on the downside. These are the levels to watch for if we get a decline or a push higher today. Maybe today we get some moves out of this pair, but perhaps tomorrow will be more subdued because the FOMC meeting is later tomorrow. Okay, let's move on to dollar yen, and similar situation here. I think we have seen the smaller corrective wave bottom yesterday. We have now pushed higher, and this might be the start of the next impulsive move higher. Also, when the FOMC meeting is tomorrow, it will have an effect on this pair as well. And there's a room for interpretation in this pair. My wave count says that we are on a wave 3 of 3, so this should be the most powerful wave on the sequence. But there's some other aspects here. This doesn't look very impulsive, the push from the low of wave 2, which is at 118.533. The price now 120.24. I'm expecting more upside in dollar yen, and possibly we get more upside today, and maybe tomorrow will be more slow day on the anticipation of the FOMC rate decision. Key levels on dollar yen, 121.3 is the next resistance, and 120 psychological level is still the support on my notes. On the past it hasn't actually been a very strong support. There is one or two instances where this has held of some kind of support, but maybe the better support level is down at 119.4 approximately, the yesterday's low. So more upside is expected here. Perhaps a good trading opportunity also if you are now thinking about trading this to the upside. So I would propose maybe an this can be a good trading opportunity to the upside when we see the next push higher. Okay, next is pound dollar, and slight change here. I have now labeled the minuette wave 2 correction ended, more or less on the latest high, which is at 154.74, and the decline yesterday would then be the start of next impulsive wave down. This is still unconfirmed since the decline from that wave 2 high is overlapping. Yesterday we got a quite strong push downwards, and if this continues, this pair has more than likely reversed and is going to continue to the downside. Key levels on pound dollar. Next resistance is the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level at 154.13, and support level, the immediate one, is the 23.6 Fibonacci level at 153.17. So more downside is expected here, still unconfirmed, but if we reflect this analysis to the other USD pairs and take the rate hike or no rate hike situation into account, I would say that this is going to go down and continue the large decline that started a few weeks ago. The high was 158.178. So that was the first wave down. Now we are starting the third wave down. This should be powerful impulsive wave and should take this pair to new mid-term lows. Okay, next is Euro Pound, and inching higher is Euro Pound now, price 0.73516. I have labeled on my charts a possible ending diagonal since there's an overlap between the waves. This is starting to look like a 5-way structure, and the trend line and the channel of the diagonal would give us targets in the 74.1 range. So perhaps we will see a upwards push, one more upwards push towards the 74 level, and then we see a reversal and a conclusion to this very large correction. Key levels on Euro Pound, 0.73117 is the support level, 0.7375 next resistance on the upside, and the target is around 0.741-0.74 area. I wouldn't trade this pair until we see a clear conclusion for this correction and a reversal which is expected, and that gives us a good opportunity to trade this to the downside. Okay, next is Euro Yen, and here also I have labeled the minuette wave 2 correction as ended. It was a very powerful, almost vertical move without any significant pauses. Now we have declined quite heavily. The decline is still in 3 waves. We have had 200 pip declining past couple of days. We are now right at the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, price now 135.69. I'm expecting more downside on this, but still this is unconfirmed since the decline is in 3 waves and the whole wave count is not on a very solid foundation. So let's see how it plays out. I have talked about this before and I would not trade this. Still, I would wait for more clarity and a wave structure that is more certain than this one. Key levels on Euro Yen, 136.4 is the next resistance level on the upside. This is the 61.8% retracement level, and 135.6 the immediate downside, and the 50% retracement level. These are the levels to watch for, and if you are watching this pair closely, I would recommend to use the Fibonacci tools, because they will give excellent important levels to watch for and will act as support and resistance level as well. So if you are trading this on the short term or looking for a longer term opportunity to trade, these lines will help a lot. And as you can see on the charts, they have acted as resistance levels and support levels as well. Okay, next is pound yen, and in here I have made a slight revision, or not a revision but a change in the view, because I was expecting this to decline towards 184 levels. We are now at 184.54, and yesterday and the day before last week, I if I remember correctly, I was talking about that there would be a decline for the B wave and then another push upwards. And this is still a possibility, of course. I have now labeled the correction as ended, and this mainly due because the pound weakness in other pairs. I'm expecting pound dollar to decline. Also, I'm expecting euro pound to go higher. So these are both weakness on the pound. So this is why I won't expect pound to be strong in this pair. So I have labeled the minute wave 2 correction as ended, and I'm expecting more downside. This can of course be incorrect, and if we see a stall right around 184 and a strong push higher, then this is playing out as I talked about before last week and yesterday, so that there would be one more similar move higher, and this would be the C wave of the correction. So it would then be on the magnitude of 700 and something pips, quite a large move actually. So if we take this bottom, which we are now in, would project 700, so we would get 190 levels, 191 levels. So this would be a significant move. So keep in mind that there can be still a upwards push here, and this recent decline doesn't look very impulsive. So let's see how this plays out. Key levels on pound yen, 185.87 is the resistance level on the upside, and 184.65 is the support on the downside. Okay, next is euro Canadian dollar, and very similar wave structure than in euro USD. We have declined not so powerfully and rapidly as in euro USD, but might have started the next impulsive wave down. This is what I have labeled on my charts, and I'm expecting more downside on euro Canadian in the future. And also this would be more confirmation that we have seen a large degree reversal way back on the peak, which was at 155.8. Sorry, let's see that again. 155.6. Yeah, sorry. So 155.6 level, an important reversal on that peak. So I'm expecting more downside on this pair, and a good trading opportunity in my opinion. I have a trade running here which is more or less on a break-even point at the moment. Key levels on euro Canadian, resistance on the upside is 1.509, same as yesterday, and the downside 1.49, so same levels than yesterday. And like you see in the chart, we haven't moved much the past few days. Okay, next is US dollar Canadian, and also I made a slight change in this wave count or the labeling. So this whole structure of the triangle I have now labeled as minute wave 4. I'm expecting slight push downwards and then a continuation of the larger uptrend, and this mainly due to the situation with the FOMC meeting. So I'm expecting that meeting outcome to be positive for the dollar, and it would also affect here, and this would go higher. So this large triangle sideways range is now minute wave 4 in my labeling, and next larger move will be to the upside. Key levels on dollar CAD are more or less the same as yesterday. The triangle trend line on the downside 132 level approximately, well maybe slightly lower, 131.95 would be the support level, and on the upside 132.7 would be the resistance level. Okay, that's all for today's episode. Visit the show notes at ForexDayBreak.com/29 and leave your comments on that page. And remember that this podcast is recorded also as video and is available from the members area at ForexDayBreak.com. Two other features you find there are my Elliott Wave Ninja trading system and my mentoring program. All of these are included in the subscription plan at ForexDayBreak.com. I have a 5-day free trial for you to see what's inside. Thanks for listening to my show. Now go make some profits, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thanks for your interest in Forex Daybreak Daily Podcast. If you like this show, we hope you'll visit our website, www.ForexDayBreak.com, and tell your friends about us. Be sure to check the show notes on our website for this episode. Join us next time for another episode of Forex Daybreak.